We're on television. Oh, I'm going to show you something.
Hope it comes off.
Look, I'm on a TV screen.
So tell me what to do.
Just sing or talk, either way. Happy Father's Day.
Later. Anytime you're feeling lonely, anytime you're feeling blue, anytime you feel downhearted, that will prove your love for me is true. Anytime you're thinking about me, that's the time I'll be thinking of you. So anytime you say you want me back again, that's the time I'll come back home to you. So anytime you say you want me back again, that's the time I'll come back home to you. Now,
bravo.
Uno más,
please, encore.
Uno más. Out of my heart, I love that melody. Out of my heart brings back the memories when we were kids on the corner of the street. We were rough and ready guys, but oh, how we could harmonize. Heart of my heart, my friends were dearer than. Too bad we had to part. I know my eyes would glisten if once more I could listen to the gang that sang out of my heart.
Bravo.
I'm going to give you a little story now. Ruthie.
Okay. A story.
Checking.
Looking for a story.
Yellow. 1 second. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of.
Very good. Okay, we're listening.
My dear daughter, I'm going to tell you about this thing here.
Okay.
You know my name is Andrew Spitz. I'm 90 years old, and my life story is very long, unusual, and I believe quite interesting. Today, I like to deal with a particular incident that caused me nightmares for life. The year was 1943. My father was in a forced labor camp. My mother, my sister, and I were taken by cattle cars and deported. Our scheduled destination was Auschwitz. But the train had taken a detour and we wound up in Strashof, Austria, a Durchgangslager, a transient camp. We found out the Allies and Germans were considering the exchange prisoners for truck parts and trucks. From Strashof, we were shipped to a quarry mining town of Zitzenberg-Reidling. After a few weeks there, we were taken to Vienna, a cannon factory, Ostmarkwerke, 10th Bezirk, the 10th district. We worked the night shift at the factory. After several months, the Allies bombed the factory and put it out of commission. We were taken to the streets of Vienna to clear up the demolished buildings. Shortly thereafter, we were shipped back to Camp Strashof. A short distance from the camp was a railroad station. It was bombed and became usable. The war was coming to a close to its end. We found ourselves alone in camp without guards. So we walked out and found a long train of cattle cars loaded with food. We took several trips back and forth, taking anything we could carry. I, for one, took one trip too many. I was carrying a large jar of pickles, and suddenly, out of nowhere, appeared a highly decorated German officer. He shouted to me, and I understood in German, "Komm doch mal her, come over here." I said, "Ich bin von Ungarn. I am from Hungary." "Aber was bist du? Bist du Jude?" "What are you? Are you a Jew?" "Nein, überhaupt nicht. Absolutely not." "So was bist du? So what are you?" "Ich bin Catholic." He let me go with his hand on his revolver. I realized that my presence of mind, calmness saved my life, but I'm still shaking when remembering that encounter.
Very well told story. I'm sorry that it makes you sad. It's a pleasure to know you. I'm happy that you're alive, and I'm happy to be your daughter.
Thank you, sweetheart. Same. I feel the same about you.
Yes. Bad things happen, but a lot of good happened afterwards.
Ruthie, can you put this back on the address book? So we're gonna do maybe one more song, which is one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a little bit about politics at all?
In a few minutes, but first,
okay.
Andrew.
I know it's hard to talk about certain things because it makes you very sad. I'm happy that you're able to talk, though.
Yes. Andrew. Do me a favor, Andrew. Andrew. Give me the big book, the lyrics book.
The lyrics book?
Yeah, the big book.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, you're so kind.
No problem, thank you.
I'm glad you have Andrew.
Yes, I'm happy to have Andrew.
Andrew, where do you
Happy Father's Day so much to you.
Ruthie had it.
Okay. The lyrics. Yeah.
Thank you for the lyric book.
No problem.
195, 181, 189. 1 second. 191, 193.
You got it?
Yes. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow the star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable stars.
Bravo.
Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to be on Zoom with you. Isn't this wonderful? Look how far we've come.
Yes, true. Very true. I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah. Tell me again how you remember the phone calls from when you were a child.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of things to tell.
Of course.
And, yeah.
You told me you had to take a horse and buggy.
Yeah, well, what happened is, when I was a youngster, I went to my grandparents' place in the northern part of Hungary, in the Carpat Mountains, Erdőbénye, beautiful area, beautiful resort. And my grandparents had a lot of land, vineyards, and it was a very enjoyable summer. Many summers I spent there. And one time I got sick, and I got an ear infection. It's a small town, and my grandmother said we should call my parents, and they should send a car service, someone for me to take me home to Debrecen. And we went to the post office to call up the post office in Debrecen and arrange. First, we sent a telegram to the parents, go to the post office in Debrecen. We're gonna make a contact with you. So after that happened, we specified 1 p.m. we're gonna be on the phone. So we told him Andy is sick. He has to be taken to the doctor to puncture his ear to release the pus. And so we have come a long way now. We see really, it was in 1937.
Wow.
It was 1937, I was 7 years old. And
isn't that something?
It is really, we can see in other words, they had to send a telegram, make sure you go to the post office. And only through the post office did we have the arrangements to have the phones. People didn't have the phone yet, what we take for granted right now. That time only important locations like post office and the various government buildings, they had the service for the phones. So like I said, really we came a very long way from the time from my childhood.
Absolutely.
Now, able to see you, you know, sitting down in my house, and this is a beautiful scene. My lovely daughter and beautiful background. It's a pleasure.
A pleasure to, I want to see you in person very soon. After Mark comes home, that we all be together. Yeah. And happy Father's Day. We'll talk soon again.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
You too. I love you. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, sweetheart.